It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon in the small town of Millbridge. The community center bustled with activity as people filed into the main hall for the annual Millbridge Talent and Tea Gathering, a cozy event mostly attended by elderly residents, hobbyists, and a few bored locals looking for something different. The atmosphere crackled with idle chatter and the clink of teacups until the microphone screeched, pulling everyone's attention to the stage. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, share to friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. Next up, boomed the overconfident voice of Mr. Lionel Grady, the event organizer. We have someone new, a simple woman who just walked in off the street. Says her name is Martha. Heads turned as a woman in her late 50s stepped onto the stage. Her clothes were plain, slightly worn. Her shoes, the kind you'd expect to see on someone who'd been standing on their feet all day. She held her hands close, shoulders slightly hunched, eyes low. Martha, no one knew her. She hadn't signed up. She hadn't brought a crowd. She hadn't even touched the complimentary muffins at the back. What's your talent? Lionel asked with an arched brow, eyeing her skeptically. I play piano, Martha replied softly, her voice like worn velvet. A snicker erupted from the side of the stage. A group of young men, local pranksters and self-proclaimed comedians, whispered among themselves. One nudged Lionel and pointed to the dusty, old piano shoved in the corner. It hadn't worked right since the 90s. The top panel was cracked, and several keys were stuck or missing entirely. Let her play that one, the tallest joked, barely hiding his smirk. See what she can do with a broken piano. Lionel hesitated, but gave a dramatic shrug. Why not? Martha, the stage and the piano is yours. A few chuckles fluttered through the crowd. The lights dimmed slightly as Martha walked toward the neglected instrument. Each step echoed in the silent room, every eye now watching, not with anticipation, but with amusement. Even the woman at the tea station paused, a sugar cube hovering in her spoon. Martha didn't flinch. She sat gently, placed her fingers on the keys, and closed her eyes. Silence. Then the first note. It was hesitant, fragile. A key stuck halfway, making an awkward thud. Someone giggled, but Martha didn't stop. Her fingers danced, cautious at first, then grew bolder, weaving around the broken pieces. She played through the damage, around the limitations. Her body swayed slightly as the notes gathered momentum, flowing into a melody no one expected. Chords layered with emotion, pacing that gripped the room. She turned the piano's flaws into features, using percussive gaps to add raw, aching rhythm. She didn't just play the song, she told it. A story of heartbreak, resilience, and quiet strength. By the third minute, the room was still. Even the pranksters sat up, their smiles gone. Her hands moved like liquid, with precision and memory carved from decades. She didn't need perfect keys. She made music from the mess. And when the final note hung in the air like mist, Martha opened her eyes to the sound of absolute silence. Then, applause. It started as a clap from back, a single older woman with tears in her eyes. Then another. Then the entire hall erupted. Cheers. Whistles. People rose from their chairs in standing ovation, many unsure why they were crying, but knowing they had just witnessed something unforgettable. Lionel stood frozen, mouth slightly open, trying to comprehend what had just happened. I didn't know it could even make music anymore, he muttered. Martha stood, nodded once, and simply walked off the stage. No flourish, no bows, just calm grace. She passed the pranksters who now looked at her not with mockery, but something closer to awe. One of them stood and clumsily offered his chair to her. Someone whispered, "Who is she?" The answer came from old Mrs. Trudy, a retired music teacher, sitting in the front row. That's Martha Evans. Used to be one of the best pianists in the state. Taught at the conservatory before the accident. Accident? Someone asked. Trudy nodded slowly. Lost her daughter. Stopped playing for 20 years. Said she could never touch a piano again. The crowd fell quiet. In the corner, Martha sipped a lukewarm cup of tea, her eyes far away. No one approached, too humble to disturb her. But the lesson wasn't lost. Moral lesson: never judge someone's worth by their appearance, nor mock their simplicity. What society calls ordinary can carry extraordinary strength. Broken instruments still play beautiful music in the right hands, and broken people still have greatness within them. If this story moved you, inspired you, or even made you think twice about the people we often overlook, don't keep it to yourself. Share the story. Talk about it. Let it spark a conversation in your home, school, or workplace. And if you want more real, raw, and powerful storytelling that entertains and enlightens, make sure you follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because these are the stories that change minds. And maybe, just maybe, change the world.